In Lab 10, we did the spinal cord. Here is the model of the spinal cord. With the spinal cord, this is the cord. It's embedded in the vertebrae. You can see the spinous process of the vertebrae. So this is the back side or the posterior side of the vertebral column. And with the spinal cord, the first thing you want to be able to do is identify the median area, which is the middle, and the anterior versus the posterior. In the anterior, we have a big gash. This is the anterior median fissure. Fissure is a big, large crack. In the back, we have a smaller slice, the posterior median sulcus. So these two median cuts will separate the spinal cord into right and left. Then we have the gray horn, which is the butterfly-shaped structure of dark matter or gray matter in the middle of the spinal cord. And the horns are going to be named by their location. So we have posterior horns, anterior horns, and we will have lateral horns to the side. The white matter is going to be called columns. And we have, again, posterior columns, lateral columns, and anterior columns, 6 columns altogether. Where the two sides of the horns connect, the gray matter, is a thin layer of gray matter called the gray commissure. It will allow the two sides to talk. And in the very center of that is the central canal, which is a little hole that will run the length of the canal and be filled with cerebrospinal fluid. Now, in addition to the spinal cord itself, we have the meninges in this model. The meninges are the tissues or membranes that surround the brain. Starting with the outermost layer, it's white in this model, we have the dura mater. The dura mater is very durable and strong and is there for protection. Then this mint green one is called the arachnoid matter. It has space underneath it called the subarachnoid space, where you'll have your arachnoid trabecula, which are little webby extensions. And this layer, the subarachnoid space, will be filled with cerebrospinal fluid. And then adhering directly to the spinal cord, gray in this model, is the pia matter. It's going to be stuck right on the spinal cord to provide protection. Also, we have coming into your spinal cord are your nerves. The nerves will come in first as a mixed nerve, where they're going to have information coming in and information going out on the same nerve. When it gets close to the spinal cord, it will separate into the dorsal root, which will go to the dorsal or posterior side and will carry sensory information. The information will be processed, and then information on the motor neurons will head out on the anterior or ventral root. The dorsal root has a large swelling, which is called the dorsal root ganglia, which is where the cell bodies of those neurons are located. In this model, we have peeled off all the material so you can really see the nerve, the mixed spinal nerve coming in and then separating to the dorsal root with the large dorsal root ganglia. That will be processed, and the posterior horns will go back out through the ventral root, where we are carrying our motor information to then be carried down to hit the muscles and cause the skeletal muscles to respond.